I wish I could leave that on. All right, friend wants to watch it. I got 20 minutes, 20 minutes, 20 minutes. You know what that means? That means that broccoli that I put down on the little thingy needs to go on. I'm gonna set this timer for 20 minutes. Can't waste any time. Gotta have things warming up. 20 minutes. What am I cooking? What is the Zeos cooking? Shit, Zeos needs to boil water. And my stove is fast, but it ain't that fast. It ain't boil water instantly fast. This paper towel. It's moist. I put the cast iron on top of it. It's gonna rust and ruin my thing again. So that's steaming broccoli. I'm gonna make half a pound of... That's probably enough water. I'm gonna put it here though. Heavy. Oh Jesus. Large burner, rear high. USDA choice fajita bottom sirloin flat meat. I'm not actually making fajitas. Put you down. That needs to be white. Where's my salt? My extra salt that I don't actually need. That's how you do this, by the way. Probably not while it's heating up. I mean, you can do it while it's heating up. Just, should I take the salt and put it in the water? That'll be like super conservative. The hippie chicks will be all over me. Oh, he doesn't even waste salt. Such a trooper. Alright, fajita meat. Basically, I just want some thin steaks because I bought like an eye round, and that's going to be either tomorrow, Wednesday, or whenever food. That's got to do a thing. That's got to heat up. This has to come out, or at least get exposed for seasoning. This is really thin and marbled. Look at it. H-Mart to the rescue. First thing I'm going to do, I'm going to spritz it with a little bit of Pam. Why Pam, Zeus? And this unfolds, doesn't it? Look at it. It's actually flap. It's flap meat that's an actual flap. Are you a flap? Nope, you're just super thin. By you. Yep, you've got a flap. I'm lubricating it, essentially. Look at that one. I've never cooked H-Mart flat meat. Usually I get the flat meat. The only thing I know to even think about is goddamn Costco. Let's give that some salt. Flip this over. I mean, it's so thin, any salt on the outside is going to probably carry over to the other side. So just be aware of that. That's a super thin piece. I didn't actually catch this much. We're not looking to white this out. Just looking to give it some definite salt. I don't know if I could do all this whole meal in 20 minutes. I would need to have like water boiling already because the pasta is going to take however long the pasta takes. So I may have to. Oh, that's warm. And that's going to be that I know will be instantaneous. That's so thin. But there's 4 pieces and I'm using that pan, so it's going to have to be fast, 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 fast. The pasta I'm using, I think I'm using. Yeah, look at these. Look at those fucking elbowy looking things. They're huge. Do we get a boil time? 9 minutes. I'm not going to make this whole package. I'm going to make half that package, which means I need a Ziploc bag for the rest. Small Ziploc bag. And I need a marker. Yes, which will indicate 9 minutes cook time for the next round. 9 minutes. Or min. I'll see that in the future and not have a clue what that means. I'm going to add more spices to that beef, by the way. I'm going to make that beef. If you have a small amount, because here's my thing. Zeos either has quantity of beef or quality of beef, or a quantity of quality beef, or he has a little bit of beef that's so goddamn spicy and flavorful that he's like, I can't possibly eat any more of it. I'm not going to get out a scale to weigh this, but I'm going to take about half of it out. There's no more in here. Come on. Put it back. All right. That's good enough for a side dish for Z. This is enough for actually having pasta later. Made out of that. These are wet paper towels. You know where they go. Wet, not dirty, wet. I've already ground the cheese. Fresh grated cheese, I should say. I grated the cheese. I shouldn't salt that till it boils because it'll be slower to boil. This, however, is getting to like... It's starting to boil off the, or burn off the Earl. My grandpa would call it Earl. More spices, more spices. The pepper flakes. And then I love getting meat juice. How do cooks season anything? Are all their like... I mean, I'm sure they're not using grinders. They should be using grinders. But I mean, how do they even? Because you have to touch it, and they're not pulling off gloves every time they do it. God, why is it so hot? It's on 6.5. Where's my... oh, actually... Wait! Stop! Hammer time. Your sweet soy glaze. I don't want you now. You're trying to escape. I just remembered my sister's white soy that she got me. Does it not go in here? That's that lemon shit. Alright, if I can't find the white soy in an instant, it's gonna be regular Japanese soy. Just spritz it on there all over the place. I'm actually gonna reach back here and grab a spritz of lemon as well. Spritz. Jesus. I must have opened that with a scissor. So now we've got a little bit of lemon, a little bit of hot. Do I want more hot? How much more hot do I want? These are problems most people don't have. Melinda's garlic habanero. So this is going to be flavor and hot. So let's deal with this gluttonous mass of soy. Don't fall down. And don't melt the styrofoam. There we go. Give us this little toss. We're just giving a little toss here. And now we're going to give a little bit of this. We're going to give a little toss in that. I'm hoping this isn't... I don't think this is not one of the like murder. I mean, the red pepper flakes will add probably just the right amount of heat. That's doing its thing, which I didn't... We're back to how much salt does Z consume cooking show. The answer, probably a lot. And I'm going to use not kosher, but the non-iodized for this.
Yeah, C11. We have to get those emails out to you. I'll get on that.
Boom. 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 Yes, please do. The Patreon, not the cooking Patreon, the other Patreon that I run. Do I have a timer for that? Is the yard sale's over. That's almost ready for macaroni. In fact, we're not waiting.
That came in on the 10th.
Alright, so 9 minutes is 11.5. It's not a lot of pasta. I probably could even use less water. 20-minute meals with Cios. Watch him panic. Oh. Watch him get lightheaded from spinning. You know what the cure for lightheadedness is, right? Beef. So another small piece that isn't like that. There's two of them that aren't sheets. 2. I'm gonna delete these. Delete. Perfect. For any of you who watched my live streams on Twitch, yesterday was the 13-hour stream where I cooked that crazy giant breakfast. Look how it just doesn't stick. If you notice, I didn't do anything to the pan. Let's put this in the pan, and it doesn't stick. Now, this is H-Mart beef, and it's very marbled. And I'm just going to get the perfect amount of crisp in it. Yeah. That's officially done in my book. And I don't have a book yet, but if I published a book, would you actually buy it? It'd be terrifying. It'd be anime girls and cooking and headphones. That's too high now. Stirring lefty is weird. Oh my god. To quell the bubbles, float on top, bubbles go away. Now I'm gonna have to do this in just one section. I like to push them together. A lot of people like to spread out the meat. I like to push it together, get those gaps closed, keep it more solid so the insides can stay red. I'm gonna give that the full 20 minutes. I got 9 minutes left. That's gonna come out at 1:30. By the way, that's impressive how cold water got to boil, and I have a macaroni in it, and it's still gonna be a minute after. That's let that cool. It's resting. Finishing up Little Witch Academia, which you haven't seen. Get on it. And it's like cutesy. I mean, if you have a girlfriend or a wife or children, you could actually probably watch it with any of those people and enjoy it. Whereas I'm watching it with a guy from Texas. It's not gay at all, but it's a good show. Trigger knows what they're doing. I've never actually cooked an entire head of broccoli. I'm sure I'm supposed to trim it down and make it not a giant head of broccoli placed on a spigot in the middle of my steamer, but that's not how Zio's does things. I do it how I think it should be done. Eh? What about the brainwaves IMs?
They're the M100s, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. No stick. There we go. It's a little bit thicker piece, which I like, because this is going to be... I always want to see just a hint of red, even though it's super thin. A hint of red is what I want. How do I check that broccoli? How do I melt the cheese on that broccoli? I'm going to melt cheese on my broccoli. It's just, I'm a child. Always, perpetually. And check this out. Now that Amazon owns Whole Foods, I went there and I'm like, yeah, I think I'll take a glass juggle of... called a juggle. I'm calling it a juggle of milk. Six minutes and 50 seconds. Like, I'm pretty sure like that's gonna carry over the heat straight through. Even if you don't think it will, hopefully it will. It's so thin. And this one's the thinnest of the large ones. That means you go in the garbage. Give us a little rinse, because I was just touching raw meat with it, and cooked meat, and then raw meat, and then cooked meat. It's great. I want to check that broccoli, but I don't want to let the steam out either. And by the way, I know I've mentioned this before, but I can tell if the macaroni is done by hitting it with the spoon, as I just feel how it bounces off. If it's still got the solidity to it, it's not done. It opens this way. It's full of this hot steam shit. Holy shit. So don't do anything to it at all. Well, we might be getting there. Yeah, we're definitely going to take it to the full 5 more minutes, and then I'm just going to be done with it. It'll be cooked enough. A little salt on it. Actually, the last 2 minutes, I could actually throw cheese. I'm seriously putting American cheese on it. Like Mama used to do. Mama! I have to put that back up to 7. If your mother didn't melt cheese on your vegetables, you probably don't have a weight problem. But you also have a weird, you know, you like vegetables apparently. Weirdo. Like asparagus. I still don't like dig on asparagus. A flip and a rotate. Get that direction going. With the amount of steam and heat in there, I should be able to put like 3. Well, these are like weird. These are those weird slices I got when I was gonna say I unboxed. When I unboxed this cheese on my channel. I got 4 minutes and 23 seconds on the clock, and I'm almost done.
What do you make?
Food.
Food.
Okay, there. Drink some chocolate milk, because that's absolutely what you need too.
It's making some delicious beef.
The beef that you didn't use yesterday?
Yes. See how Adam kicked that, Hiboto? My friend comes here. There hasn't been a single time he hasn't kicked it. Like, who walks around just not looking down or not knowing that that's there? It's there on a different color tile, so you specifically know it's there. Killing that. We're at 3 minutes and 30 seconds. I don't want to put this on too early that it disappears, and I want to put it on too late that it doesn't actually melt. Just literally that. Boom. I have no idea what's about to happen. I could be ruining lots of things. Alright, beef done. Beef done. Make sure it's on there. The pan, the side you had down on the pan, put up so the heat can escape. You don't want it to keep cooking through it. Blow that shit. Blow it. You know when people tell you don't blow it? I'm not telling you to do that. I'm telling you to blow it. We've got, it's starting to get there. We're definitely, this is like the tip of al dente. We're 2 minutes and 40 seconds to go. How am I consuming this? I think bowl.
There is the final.
I will check that when I'm done with shows with him. Yeah, okay. Good. Cut that. Cut that now. I'm dying. Oh, luckily I can cough on my food because I'm the only one eating it.
210 for the meze.
It's pretty good. He's giving away numbers that people shouldn't be hearing. Oh yeah.
For the tube.
Look at that.
90 for the sac 9.
No.
70 for the hideous.
It's not bad. I should be just talking over him. That's cheap. I spent a lot more on that. That one's the one I just took out. That's still hot. You notice that it's this way, so we're gonna go
1550 for the IROX.
That's about right.
31 for the R8s. 54 for the Fiasco.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Give that another minute to cool down.
16 for the mini meters. 102 for your EODF EO90.
Alright, giving it a last stir. A little bit more. I'm going to take it right to the line. I'm also pulling the steamer. Right. You are off, even though I'm probably going to need to put you back on to melt butter. Let's test you. Rinse off my meaty hands, which could be a sexy term. Remember I said I should salt the water at the end? I didn't salt the water. That's bland as shit. Alright, so now what you gotta do, when you fuck up like I just did, you gotta super salt the water and just let it sit there for an extra minute. Trust me. Nothing's worse than having unsalt. My aunt doesn't salt the water. I don't understand. You gotta salt the water. It's all the flavor that gets into the pasta. Or also just little pieces of nothingness. Alright, so get that salty water. It's gonna absorb a little bit. That's why you just gotta go nuts. Just over salt the shite out of it. That's off, that's off, that's off, that's off. That's got a good thing. This. Oh, yep, that cheese is gone. It's just gone. That was a bad call on my part. So the only way to solve it is more cheese. Because I'm depressed now. I gotta wean off my depression. God, this cheese just is destroyed. It like just, when you freeze it, sometimes it'll just get weird.
Okay, like this, Sarah.
Boom.
So one is the only level.
Yeah, I know I've got cheese going on my pasta and cheese on my broccoli. I gotta watch that goddamn broccoli cheese. This good. One last stir. Good. Pour this out. Pour it into the stream. So you give it basically half the water to cold, half the water to hot. You got 160 degree water going on drain instead of 212. Dump that out. We need butter. There should be residual heat enough in the burner. That much butter. And now we gotta crack open this crazy milk. What the hell, we'll throw that on. You're done. Yeah, you're just do your thing. How does this open? I don't understand how milk go.
I've been reading that. I've been reading you talk about it.
Cut it nice and thin. Nice and thin.
I mean, if I was going to do that, I'd go Motec standalone and add traction control because
Oh, yeah.
I already have the wheel speed sensors.
Now these are so gigantic, they're actually holding the water
Not really. This is the budget.
in the elbows.
I can do this all on a BMW ECU, E36 ECU. On a
Alright, that's done. So now this pops off. I'm gonna try some right out of the thing, cause or not. Oh yeah. That tastes like a cow's titties. Just Alright. Off the heat. Alright, we're gonna add. Do I want to do cheese into the butter or milk then? It'll cool off, then the cheese. Probably a little bit. Alright, so a blub amount. The cheese. Give it one of these, boys and girls.
It's actually super affordable.
See, it's getting nice and goopy. I want goopy. Goopy's the goal. I'm gonna give a little more splash. Can't wait to have cookies and milk with this. It's gonna be great. I'm willing to spend the extra $1 on milk. I use so little milk. It takes me like a week to go through one. That it might be worth an extra $1 a week to get like glass bottled.
I said maybe.
They're singing on my vent.
Yes, maybe.
Give it a stir. Now what I usually do is stir this,
I was gonna make Zeos a
let it sit,
fucking compilation with
and then stir it again.
cards, pictures of it, like zooming in and out of the pictures. See the song.
No.
I still haven't heard his new.
Go listen to his video.
Link the flyby video.
Yeah, I don't have a link for it. All I know is it's dumb, and that kind of half inspired my want for an LS2 in my car.
It doesn't sound like half inspired. It sounds like you got the V8 itch.
No,
My friend with the BMW.
Honestly.
Well, we hung out at Lime Rock Park, and he got to drive my car with the exhaust off, and it was so loud that it probably gave him his first erection. We need some beef.
I'm gonna have a cool $4,000 after I sell this fucking.
Please tell me the cheese hasn't gone away. Oh, it's going away again. Stop going away. Come here. Come, Heather. I probably have too much stuff in there, but that's Can I scrape some of that cheese off the bottom? Yes, I can. This means there's so much cheese in the liquid under the... Don't burn my hands, 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 don't drop the cheese, don't drop the cheese. Oh!
You know, who knows my new down in Florida schedule and everything going on.
I gotta get this out of here before it cools. This cooling off will be bad news bears.
All of his neighbors down there, I've met them while working on
Alright, we're gonna do the same thing. Actually, I'm just gonna drip it onto the... I should have poured that onto the goddamn broccoli. That was the most cheesy anything ever. So that can go there.
It's on his Zeus Pantera.
That's done.
That's all I know. I don't subscribe to anything else of his.
Here we go.
Yeah, I see.
Okay. I'm gonna go watch Little Witch now with assholes, and then we'll do a thing, and they're gonna talk about cars and what we're doing. Links to whatever I feel like linking, and maybe this knife, because I love this knife. Oh.
A 2 hour and 4 minute cut. One of the people that won was a Canadian.
Canadians?
Just let me know.
Fucking clean. All right, boys and girls, that was a 26-minute. I don't know. I didn't actually do the whole time, but very few dishes need to be cleaned except for the cheese ruin. So I'll be back when I do the next one.